today we're helping film a video. So, yeah, today we're hanging out at Calvary Chapel, Redemption Hill, and we're gonna help film some announcement videos. We've been helping out a couple weeks now, just kind of helping with some production stuff, lighting and whatnot. I thought it'd be kind of fun to bring you along on what that looks like. So yeah, we're gonna head in, start filming some stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be great.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
You want to tell everybody who you are?
Yeah, I'm Noah Kerr. I am just some guy that works here at the church sometimes. And Charlie's been a big help to me lately doing our announcements, which we have had to put a lot of focus into with the whole coronavirus thing.
Oh, what's that? What's coronavirus?
Coronavirus.
Is that a thing happening?
I guess.
Me too.
So my card filled up during the middle of all this. My bad. Ashley's been really cool about that. So yeah, we're done filming our video now. In the middle of the shoot, I definitely forgot to check my SD card. So in the video that we were shooting for the church, that card totally filled up, which was really embarrassing, but you know, it happens. So yeah, definitely format your cards before you start a new project, or use separate cards for different projects, because yeah, it just saves time, and everyone's time is valuable, and you should respect people's time. People came to show up, to do a thing. Everyone tried to be a professional. You be a professional too. It's important. The rest of the day is looking pretty normal for me. The corona has affected a lot of lives. Ours, again, is just kind of mine's just kind of going, just like it was. I'm gonna finish up here, head home, play with my kids, probably make some food, hang out with my wife, get ready for work, and go do a bunch of food deliveries, because I do work at a restaurant, and my restaurant is still operating, and that's awesome. I'm really glad to be making money still, and you know, still having something for now. You know, if things get better, great. I can't wait for my restaurant to open and everything goes back to normal. If things get worse, then I'm really stoked to have had this time to save and to just store away as much extra cash as we can, and yeah, we'll just take the day as it goes. So yeah, we're gonna head home and play with our kids and get ready for work.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Dad.
Hi. Where are you going?
Where are we going, Titus? Beach.
All right, so I got home. Kids are in the car. We're heading to the lake. Gonna have some fun. Theology. Jesus is at war.
Where's your shoes?
Where'd your shoes go?
Fall down.
They fell down.
I don't think they fell down. We took them off. That's what I think. Alright, how come we didn't stay at Site 6?
There was no sand.
What do we need sand for?
Sand toys.
Oh. Double, man.
Number one?
Yeah.
What's that mean? Normal?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Well, we made it. We're at the beach. We're playing. The kids are having fun. We got in and out before we got down here, so they have lunch. You know, something I wanted to talk about with this whole COVID virus thing going on. And there's a lot of people who might be feeling a lot of melancholy, maybe some depression or some sadness they're not used to feeling in general. We wanted to talk to you and let you know you're not alone. we really are all in this together. We really are all going through this together. And those feelings of sadness, of uninspiration, and maybe like the hopelessness, those feelings are real. And you don't have to feel crazy for having them. You don't have to feel weird because you're having them. You and thousands and thousands of other people are having the same feelings right now because their whole lives just been turned upside down. It's funny, something I was reading in my Bible just yesterday morning about this King Asaph, and I was talking to Noah earlier about this, how he's in his prayer to God in the Psalms, like the first 7 or 8 verses of like a 12 or 20 verse psalm, it's just him lamenting in desperation over his fate, over what's happening around him, the hopelessness of the seeming situation, and crying out like he doesn't see God anywhere, or his signs anywhere, or his people anywhere. But he takes a second in the second half of the psalm and just starts rehearsing back to God, as if to remind God who he is, and that he is compassionate, that he's strong, that he's a God who saves, that he's a God who's present. And in that you can hear the tone of his attitude of hopelessness begin to transform and change. So he starts off just being really raw and naked and open before God, and he ends with reminding God, if you will, of who God is, and in that reminding himself of who God is. And he seems to have comforted his own hopelessness in that moment. And it's funny because the psalm doesn't really show like God necessarily interacting within his life in the psalm, just the desperation of his situation, and then the rehearsal of all the things that he knows about Yahweh, and the reality of those things being true settling deep into his heart, or maybe even just coming to remembrance and comforting the core of his soul. And so yeah, I really want to encourage you that today. I don't know where you are in your walk, I don't know where you are in your day, but I know that there's a lot of hopelessness and a lot of helplessness out there, and there's a God who exists in heaven who's created the whole world to speak into your life, to be the comfort to your broken heart, to be the nearness in your loneliness, to watch over you and care for you. It's funny, one of the first names that we get about God in the Bible is Yahweh, and Yahweh is compassionate. Yahweh is merciful. And that same compassionate, merciful Yahweh, that personal God who created the heavens and the earth, still reaches out to you today. So I hope that encourages somebody. But I gotta get back to playing with the kids. I think Jack's eating sand. So I wanted to ask you, during this whole COVID thing, what are some of the things that you've been doing as a family, as a mom? As a stay-at-home mom, who was a stay-at-home mom before it was cool. So what's up? What have you been doing?
Mostly just the same things that we always do. It's just less going out to the stores and less going to parks that have, crowds and stuff, trying to just find outside places that are, within like the social distancing parameters. And mostly just sticking to our routines, our cleaning routines, our now school routine that we just started. Playing outside a lot, going for walks every day, trying to get outside. What happened? It's okay. He gets one, you get one. No. He gets one, you get one. Nothing really new, just more cautious. The biggest thing is that we don't have church right now in the traditional way. And we're all very sad about that. We miss church.
I miss church a lot. I know one thing we've been doing, which is kind of different, is setting up little game nights over like FaceTime. Mm-hmm. And so I actually haven't played one yet, but I hear they're really fun.
Yeah, it's just nice to see everybody's faces and have something to look forward to when there's nothing on the calendar right now.
Yeah, I guess routine though is probably a big key.
Yeah, and I already had a routine implemented at this point, so I just try to stick with that. And then to get out and have fun, like today. This was really important because it's more challenging because I have to just like think about things more now to make sure like our plans don't involve grocery stores or parks or playgrounds or whatever. So this is nice. It's nice to get out in the sun, and the boys are having a really good time, so it's good.
Yeah.
Jack, do not eat the dirt.
Don't eat the dirt, Jack.
Yeah.